Louder, Washington Bureau Chief for the LA Times, and David Swerdlick is the assistant editor at the Washington Post. Welcome to both of you.
Morning.
Good morning. So David Swerdlick, I have to use both names because you're two Davids. So David Swerdlick, will Reagan's name be invoked on Sunday?
Well, I don't know if Donald Trump needs to invoke Reagan's name if he's on his own. If he's asked about it, something tells me that Donald Trump will say, look, I knew Reagan. I'm following in a conservative Republican legacy. And, Trump is not the type where he's demonstrated that he's not the type to sort of be cowed if a member of Reagan's family says, hey, stop using my father's name. Michael Reagan clearly knows his father better than Donald Trump, and so he's an authority on this, and I think he spoke pretty plainly and clearly about that yesterday. But, Trump has a way of not backing off comparisons that he finds favorable to him. I don't think this is an exception.
And one of the reasons that Michael Reagan cited that he didn't want the Reagan name invoked was the way Donald Trump talked about women. And as we all know, David Louder, Trump needs to woo women. In the latest CNN ORC poll, he's losing to Clinton by 13 points among likely women voters. He's not doing well with those educated women voters that loved Reagan so much back in the day, right? So will the intimacy of this town hall setting on Sunday help Trump with women?
Well, it could be a trap for him. It's a difficult format for candidates. Town halls can really be tricky, as you saw in your last half hour with George Bush in his town hall back in the 1992 campaign. You have to find a way to seem empathetic without seeming overbearing. And Trump has not always been able to thread that needle, so it could be difficult for him. And you're right, Carol, those women voters have been a key liability for Trump in states like Pennsylvania and Florida that he desperately needs to win, and where he's facing some pretty big deficits.
And David Swerdlick, Trump's camp is certainly paving the way to win over women. It's released an ad by Ivanka Trump, and Ivanka Trump touts motherhood. She says it's the most important job women can have, and she also touts her child care plan. Kellyanne Conway also paving the way. This is the Ivanka Trump ad you're seeing. Kellyanne Conway, who is Trump's campaign manager, she's paving the way too. She actually said that Tim Kaine was disrespectful when he interrupted the female moderator 72 times in the VP debate, and she also touted this moment from the Trump-Clinton debate as a sign of graciousness for a female opponent. Let's watch.
In all fairness to Secretary Clinton, yes, is that okay? Good. I want you to be very happy.
I think Donald Trump got no credit for being gracious to Secretary Clinton, asking her, should I call you Secretary Clinton, when she was calling him Donald. At the end, pulling his punches about Bill Clinton and the women and the way Hillary Clinton treated those women, blaming and shaming them in the 1990s when it was revealed her husband was having those affairs. He got no credit for being gracious and restrained.
So, David Swerdlick, are we not giving Trump enough credit for his graciousness during that debate toward a female candidate?
Carol, let me say this emphatically, and Kellyanne Conway, since she took over the campaign, has done really, by most accounts, a good job. But look, this is completely disingenuous. Secretary Clinton should be referred to Secretary Clinton. She's a former First Lady of the United States, a former United States Senator from Donald Trump's home state, and the third ever woman Secretary of State. You don't get bonus points or brownie points for referring to her as Secretary Clinton. That is how she should be referred to. And if Donald Trump becomes president, he should be referred to as President Trump. That is protocol, and he should know this. To try and take credit for saying that, and then to condescendingly say, oh, hey, I want to make you happy about this, that just ruins the whole thing, frankly, if you're trying to reach out to persuadable women voters, at least in my view. On that Ivanka Trump video, Carol, just one thing. I noticed in the video when I watched it earlier this morning, she refers to Donald Trump's plan as offering tax credits for child care, but if you go to their website, it says tax deductions, and that makes a difference for middle and lower income folks. So I just wanted to point that out before this ad sort of gets out there.
Okay, interesting. So David Lauder, a question for you. You know